David!
Number 10.
Number 10. Can I just check you've got your mic on, David?
I'm celebrating.
Is your mic on?
Yes. It's
Excellent.
on green. It's
Just
on green.
wanted
We
to
did just do that.
We did, yes.
We did.
Episode
What a
10.
day.
Hi. Episode 10.
What a day. It's been a long day.
10 episodes.
He does that with his hair all the time.
10 episodes. You're only jealous because you haven't got any hair. Now this one,
So I was doing my hair.
called Sex.
Right now?
No, you're not my type.
Oh,
Too much stubble
hair.
for me.
Too much hair.
Yeah.
Before I
Sex.
start,
Yeah, go on.
something I was going to ask you last time.
Yeah.
How's your week been? Feel good?
Yes. What day are we on today?
Happy?
Wednesday.
Well, how's the last 10 days been then?
Hang on a minute. Wednesday. Is it Wednesday?
Yeah, do you want me to...
It's Wednesday. Yes, it's Wednesday. So, yeah, my week has been busy. I'm looking forward to the nice long weekend.
How do you feel though? How have you felt over the last 10 days?
Have
Feel
I
good?
felt?
That's what I mean. Happy?
Yeah, genuinely quite pumped, quite razor sharp focused.
Pumped. That's why I want to talk about sex. Because you're pumped.
Yeah, but I feel good. I do feel good. I'm not gonna lie. I feel
Why
good.
would you lie?
Oh, come on, David.
Come on, David.
I feel all right. I think I've done good. I feel like you feel like you've achieved shit. What about yourself?
Been amazing actually.
Yeah.
Felt really good.
Talk to you tomorrow.
Alexa just wanted to join in then.
She said, "Thank you. I'll talk to you tomorrow." So I wonder what that was.
That's
I thought it was
interesting.
Granny from the grave.
Wow, yeah. So I don't know what's going on. Alexa wants to be part of the podcast.
Maybe she wants to be involved in the sex talk.
Maybe she knows a lot about sex. I don't know. So who knows?
I hope not.
I hope not either, because I don't really find her attractive, to be honest.
No. Anyway, sex.
Yeah, what's it mean to you?
Oh, that was off the cuff, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know, a couple of people have said to me over the last couple of weeks, "Oh, how do you do the podcast?
Oh yeah.
Do you like prep before? Do you talk about it? Do you?" I'm like, no, we just
No, we don't. I think if
Just
we
go in.
yeah, we balls deep.
Yeah.
I think if we did prep, I don't know if it would be
like-
better. But you got to remember.
No,
you got to
it'd be
remember
too
how
straight.
this started. This is me and you just chatting like we are now, and you went, "Hey, we should record this," like that.
Sorry.
And then we started recording it.
You said I said that.
So
To be fair, I probably did. I can't remember.
no, you did say that, yeah. And here we are, still recording our. It's gonna, yeah. It feels a bit like a diary, doesn't it?
It does, it's good. It's quite therapeutic. But so sex. So you asked me. Sorry, say it again. You asked
Yeah.
me.
What does sex mean to you?
What does sex mean to me? What does sex? We could have prepped on this question.
No, not at all.
What does sex? No, we could have done.
So
it.
when I say sex, what instantly comes into your mind?
Let's have some.
No pun intended. No, as I said, buddy, too hairy for me. Too hairy for me. What does it mean to you, sex? What does it mean to you?
What does it mean? It's just a funny old question because I don't know what to say. What does it mean to us? I suppose it means affection,
Yeah.
having a good time.
Yeah.
We're all up here having a good time.
Let's not sing.
Oh, okay.
They've already
Fun.
had to endure you singing at the beginning of this episode.
Yeah, sorry about that. Fun, affection, love, having a laugh, stress reliever,
Yeah. Wetness.
wetness. I don't know. What does it mean to me? I don't know. It's.
Okay, let me read.
I suppose if I was younger, when I was younger, it's like almost like a necessity, almost when you're younger.
How young are we talking?
A lot younger, like as a teen and older,
Oh,
like
okay.
early 20s and that. So it's
Fair
quite a animalistic
Good
sort
work.
of like it's part of what you need to. And don't get me wrong, it's still part of what I need, but you just change as you get older. What does it mean to you? It's like a full... That was all weird.
What?
I'm chewing now. What does it mean to you?
Yeah, I think pretty much the same. I see it as a kind of an integral part of a relationship. I think it's almost like here comes an analogy. It's almost like getting an upgrade when you go to a hotel from a room to a suite. Yeah, so as an example.
It's gone for an analogy, and you're giving an example of an analogy.
Yeah, too fucking right. If I lived here with Fee and you weren't around, just putting that out there, and we just lived here and didn't have sex,
That's good to hear.
you could
You
say
wouldn't be
that
man
we
enough.
were housemates.
But
Yeah.
some relationships do run on not having sex, and they're in loving and affectionate relationships.
Absolutely, and I think that's the point of the question. What does sex mean to you? To me, it's what elevates the... Chris, that is for you, by the way. Elevate. Personal joke.
Chris Flaps.
That is what elevates a relationship from friends to something quite special. Now, I do get what you say, but you said to me, what does it mean to me? I think it's a very precious, very intimate, incredibly loving thing to do. I think it's magic, isn't it? Really? I mean...
Is it like are you and your wife like Paul Daniels and Debbie McGee?
No, I'd say probably more like...
Dynamo?
No, what's those two dance? Torville and Dean.
Oh,
More
like
Torville
skating
and
around the
Dean.
room.
Yeah, we just tend to...
I can't imagine you would be as majestic on the ice in the bedroom.
Why is that, buddy?
But just your trotters probably wouldn't be as flowing.
No, that's right.
I'd imagine you're not like light-footed.
No.
I'd imagine you're quite heavy.
Yeah, quite heavy-footed. Yeah, heavy-footed, yeah. But yeah, it's and you're right, and I think a little bit like some of the other kind of topics we've done, like I do think it's incredibly subjective. You're right, there are people that have, there are people that go that sex is absolutely not important to them whatsoever, but they're still in a very lovely relationship.
Yeah.
There's some people that demand it. I personally know of a couple from many, many years ago. I don't see them anymore. And the husband pretty much demanded sex every kind of 3 days. He almost said it was his given right.
See, that's completely wrong.
It is wrong. And I think there's so many nuances as well, isn't there? Because you've got... There's a whole cultural thing going on. There's just loads. There's lots. But I think as blokes, I think we can probably confidently say, and I might be wrong, I think we can confidently say that normally men are more up for it than women. Can I say that?
I think if you took like 100 people, there'll be more blokes that are up for it than women. I think that's...
And it's more of a important... It's more important in the relationship, I would say.
And there will be women listening going, no, it's more important. It's more important to me than my husband.
There will be.
And I get that, and there will be. But I think as if you took a straw poll, I think there's probably more men than women.
Yeah, no, right. And, I only learned a couple of years ago that actually there's...
What? I thought you'd had sex like 3 times.
Yeah, pretty much. I only learned a couple of years ago that actually there's a real chemical, physical reason for that. Men are... If we go right back to our kind of caveman days...
With the club.
With the club hookah. Our role was to procreate.
Yeah.
And a lady was to nurture. You know, so you provide them with the children. And that's done then. That's the kind of
So back in the day, would the blokes have moved on to like animals do?
I'm not sure.
Impregnate and move on.
I'm not sure if they do. I mean, there are some people like that around.
Would you have been that sort of caveman? Like walked in there with your club
No,
and walked out?
Again, I think like you, maybe like as a teen, you know, late teen, early 20s, I was incredibly, you know, I loved. It was like one of the most important things for me was having sex. Like, and I, you know, now I suppose back then it was more of the having sex. Now it's what it means. This is why it's important.
Yeah,
it's
good point.
it's now something that I only do with my wife, and you'll be glad to hear, and she will as well. And ultimately, it's precious. It's precious. I'm trying not to repeat words, by the way. I'm like it's. I do that quite a lot.
Yeah, it's
and then
but
obviously
I pause a lot
on the
like that, and then I'll
on the transcriptions. It obviously just comes up like it's. It's going to be really confused now. Anyway, so yeah, But then let's kind of sidetrack a little bit because I think there's also, isn't there? Like there's pressures on blokes. I think in a lot of different levels.
I think there's huge pressures on
when it comes to sex.
Yeah, blokes in general, as we've discussed, but specifically sex. I think there is. I think you need to be able to. From what I take, I've never used dating apps.
No.
Have you? No, you wouldn't have done.
No. I've been with my
Obviously
wife since I was 15.
Sorry, Ria.
Ria listens now, by the way.
She will listen to this.
She does.
6 weeks.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
But I've got mates that have used them, and most blokes, and even the same with the women, but specifically blokes, don't get on very well with them at all.
Why's that?
There's an expectation. They're expected to be maybe a certain way. They need to be like a man. And
when you say a man, you mean like a man?
Yeah, man. Because I'm no man.
No.
Really.
Right, so we're talking about kind of like muscles, beard, like, you know, like chuck me around the bedroom, that kind of thing. Interestingly, not wanting to be controversial, but just to add an extra depth there, do we think that could possibly be more about our perception of what we think women want?
I think so, yeah, partly, yeah. But when it comes to dating apps, I don't know. But I think so, yeah. Out of that circle, yeah, definitely.
Because that works in a lot of ways, doesn't it? Like I think, you know, a lot of the miscommunication and shit like that goes on in relationships and before relationships, I think comes down to perception. Yeah. You know, a man will think,
do blokes think
this is how my wife wants me, or my girlfriend or partner, or just some bird that they've met.
I need
down
to be
the club.
earning X. I've got to look a certain type. I've got to have a certain way about me.
I've got to last for an hour.
Yeah.
I've got to make a orgasm 5 to 10 times in 10 minutes. You know, but there's a lot. There's a lot, and you know, I think porn's got a lot to play. In you know, I think we've all watched porn. You know, I think a lot of men do watch porn, and a lot of women do as well. And it sets you up for, you know, there isn't fucking people. You know, your wife's not going to lay there going, oh yeah. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. You know, she's not American. And it's just...
Porn is really bad.
It's toxic.
There's been studies that have been done that proves it's really bad for your mind.
And you've got this kind of fucking perfect looking bloke and fucking hair on his body, lovely fucking 24-pack, you know, with a 12-inch cock with a fucking helmet hanging out the end. Like... You know, helmet. And he's just fucking chucking her around the room. But joking aside, like, you know, I don't mind admitting, you know, when I first started having sex when I was, I don't know why I said that like that. When I started having, you know, you don't know. You don't know what to do. And then you're like...
I was like a flipping, I don't know, what I was like?
Penguin.
Like, no, say like a baby giraffe. Just sort of flailing around.
With a long neck.
Yeah. Basically, all limbs.
Yeah. All limbs.
Like 3 legs, 2 arms. Just flailing. I don't have a clue.
Well, you don't. But the only thing that you do know is porn. And you're like...
See, I don't know that because porn wasn't a big thing back in the black and white days. So today I should think it's a horrendous pressure to be a certain way. Even for women as well. You know, you've got to be looker. You've got to be able to act and like do and twist and...
Yeah, why is she not fucking squirting all over the ceiling and stuff like that, Like, but that's the thing. And I know I'm being a little bit crude, like, which is unusual for me, but ultimately that is what's out there. And I do worry that you think that pressure, so you've got that pressure on the man for being like, well, why is this lady not acting in the way that,
that I've seen.
And then, if they happen to say, why aren't you fucking flooding the bedroom, or the alley or whatever they're in, like, the woman... The taxi, yeah, Trev. There's good taxi in Bude, by the way, Trev's Taxis, just shout out to Trev.
New business there, Trev.
That's all right, Trev. Free taxi next time we're at the Brendan.
Yeah.
Have a good
Rather
pub.
than just shouting out the window, no way!
Yeah, so... And then you've got the lady's perspective of, I don't know why I'm not like that. Is there something wrong with me?
Yeah, should I be that way?
And all of a sudden you've got this really awkward situation going on.
Can you imagine being... I've got no idea how young people are when they watch porn. I've got no idea, but 11, 12, 13 or whatever. Can you imagine watching that and then thinking, oh, God, I need to find a chick that looks like that because it needs to be like that and I have to be like that and perform like that. Can you imagine the pressure on you?
Atrocious. Like, and I think it probably breeds really toxic relationships.
Yeah.
There's a lot of... That will then lead on to a lot of self-doubt. That there's no depth in the relationship. I mean, the other thing to think about is, certainly I don't know if it's the same. I mean, we're not a massively dissimilar age, but sex used to be a special thing. I don't know about you, but it used to be, you would find a partner and that would be sex. Like that will be...
It's become a bit like life in general, like very throwaway.
Yeah.
Just go and have a one-night stand.
Yeah.
And I listen to podcasts and they'll say they go on like 3 or 4 dates a week and they won't always sleep with them. But it's like, how many people are you going through, whether it be just on a date?
Well, you hear things, and we're no one to judge, but I think talking...
No, but it's a point of view. We're not...
No. I think, I think it's fair to say it's lost its special kind of feel.
Yeah.
And I think when you connect that with... Sorry, I was just burps and I realised the mic's
I
really
keep
good,
doing that and then thinking...
Yeah, apologies.
I don't want to do what I usually do.
My burp comes out on the recording. And then you've got the whole kind of disappointment thing, when actually what it should be is something really special between 2 consenting people that is deep and meaningful. And it doesn't have to be fucking boring like missionary and kind of like shagging a sack of potatoes or whatever it might be, but it should be something that you enjoy together. There's no expectations, there's no demand on the man to perform in a certain way or last for a long time or whatever it might be. It needs to be that kind of real nice, special, intimate kind of...
It's a good question.
Go on.
Just as a... How do you feel about... Because I've got mates that talk about...
You're going to ask me how I feel about anal? No, sorry, go on.
I know we covered that in depth. if you listen to this one, you should have listened to that one so you'd know the joke. I got mates who'll talk about their relationships now, like long-term relationships, their sex.
Yeah.
I don't think that's appropriate.
Oh, what do you mean?
So they'll talk about what they get up to in the bedroom, what their wife's like in the bedroom.
Whew, okay.
Don't think that's appropriate.
No.
If you're having a one-night stand, you're like, woohoo, like, and talk about it, but I don't think that's appropriate.
I'm going to disagree with you. I'm going to disagree, and I don't do it often. Do you know what? The reason why, I think, from a bloke's perspective, if someone... I would read that, if that was me, I would read that as either someone seeking some clarity on, my opinion.
Depends on how they come across.
Well, yeah, if they're like, oh, fucking hell, Dave.
That's what I mean.
I was like, fucking banging old Sasha the other day, like, right up against the fucking wall. She was fucking crying like a banshee. Like, that's obviously not cool. Well, is it cool? I don't know. I don't think so.
No,
but everyone would be different. But, if someone's like, oh, David, he slept with Doreen the other day.
No, but if it's a one-night stand and there's no one, then I'm fine with that. It's just saying whatever. But if it's a relationship, I don't think it's appropriate. If someone's looking for you and sort of talking about it,
it's precious.
Between a couple of mates and sort of talk, that's fine. But if it's like, let's talk, I don't think that's appropriate.
No, probably not.
Well, people all... Again, it's an opinion. We're not here to
dictate
to nail it on the on the cross and say this is the way you should be. And
yeah, I mean, look, I don't mind saying,
You don't usually.
So yeah, I mean, look, I think I probably last 5 minutes, if that. And I'm happy with that. I think you communicate with your wife. I'm not a fucking hunk. But we might think differently.
No, I've comment if you think he's a hunk.
These swans. I've got 3 beautiful children, and I'm just honoured to be with my wife. Like I'm just, and yeah, for years I probably had anxiety about. In my mind, thinking, fuck me, like, everyone else has got a fucking 24-inch cock and, lasts for fucking 3.5 hours. And then I realised, I don't give a fuck. Even if there are people out there like that, I do not give a fuck. It's about talking with your wife or your partner, and just, it's a mutually satisfying thing to do, and it's beautiful. It's fucking beautiful. And I know it's a bit fucking personal, like, saying that, but I just, as we normally do in these, on a kind of episodes, I just want people to stop and think, if you're having anxiety or, I don't know, like, beating yourself up about not having a perfect body or not performing in a certain way, like, just fucking stop it.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. Really wouldn't, jeez.
Do you know what, like, everyone has anxiety. In taking your clothes off in the bedroom, ladies get hit up. What's the saying? Hooked up on their bodies, like, especially post-pregnancy and things like that. And they don't need to, because we think they're beautiful. We think they're absolutely beautiful. And actually,
on that, I think maybe blokes get overlooked in that. Not with the child thing, obviously, because you can't currently.
You can, actually.
But,
sorry.
Fucking hell. But blokes get really anxious.
Yeah, 100%.
About getting undressed in the bedroom.
100%. In the bedroom.
Around the bedroom. That's sort of refresh, whatever I said. In front of maybe your girlfriend, your wife, whatever it is.
Oh, God, yeah.
And I think it's always that thing that girls are like, oh, I don't want to get undressed in front of you. But blokes get it as well.
Oh, mate, especially if it's cold in the bedroom.
Get the old
we've
fella.
all been there.
Yeah.
Old little Mr. fucking 1 inch popping out.
Popping out?
Yeah, well, fucking God knows what. But yeah, no, absolutely, of course. And again, that's one of those things, like, oh, you're a bloke, you just, what you got to, what you blokes don't worry about stuff like that. We fucking do.
Yeah.
We absolutely
and also size.
Do.
Nothing to worry about. really doesn't matter.
100%. Like, size is huge. You know, just
Size is huge.
no, it's a huge thing that blokes and men and whatever get fucking proper hooked up on.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
It's
and it's difficult to get that across. I think to women,
oh, sorry.
obviously because they haven't got, but it's quite an integral part of that process, isn't it? So not to be able to feel like you're in whatever body part, to feel like you're not adequate enough,
Yeah,
is horrendous.
of course it is. And the thing is, like, and I read some various forums and things like that where men and women are discussing stuff in a kind of safe kind of way, and there's a lot of women that don't like a bloke with a fucking big dick because it hurts them. You know, like, and I think, you know, there's that age-old saying, you know, it's not what you got, it's what you do with it.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, again, where are blokes getting this source of information from about, you know, how big you should be and how long you should last?
I suppose it's just a thing that's been over time, that it's just a manly thing, that you should just go on for longer and you should be big and
yeah,
just be that sort of typical. It comes back to what we were saying 20 minutes ago, typical hunky sort of fella. It'd be interesting to have a take on what women.
yeah. Well, I think we should at some stage get, well, yeah, I mean, obviously if there's any ladies listening, we know there is, oddly, half of our audience.
Over half
of our audience
is female.
So
do the women that are listening think we're hunky?
no, I think they're trying to get some insider tips.
Well, I suppose they wouldn't.
Hey.
I suppose they wouldn't know we're hunky. It'd be interesting to see when the videos start
Oh
going
God,
out,
yeah, then
how the women's numbers drop down. Or they might rocket, you know.
They might skyrocket. Yeah,
This might be porn.
This.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
it's not. Sorry, buddy. But beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Beholder, when you've got the old gown on and the mask, getting stung.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think.
Do you see he's very dismissive then of that?
Well, I just always imagine
I'm
there's
drink my
like one or two people.
what crap have you brought round? Star,
Listening.
Staro.
And they just want us to get on.
Who's what?
They want us to just crack on.
Crack on. Well, yeah, I was
Yeah.
doing some product placement.
Yeah, but they're not paying us, buddy. So turn it round so they can't see, because we don't want to give them.
It is turned around.
And you've got to drink responsibly.
See, like that. See,
That's it, they can't
if I was
see.
drinking like that, then you could have said something.
So yeah, I think you're right, bud.
Nice. Yep.
And then of course there's the different kinds of sex, because I think again, different people have different. There's all kinds of shit in there. It's like fetishes.
Oh, I was going to say, what do you mean by
fetishes.
different? Yeah, some weird
There's
ass.
different. Yeah, like what you must have come across some in your time.
What, out of my travels cooking for people?
Yeah.
Been
Like
proposition.
What fetishes do you know of that are like
BDSM.
BDSM, bondage?
I don't actually know what that stands for.
Bondage, domination. I don't know.
BDS.
Anyone knows? Can they just like put in the comments? Just don't get yourself banned on Facebook or whatever.
But that's pretty heavy stuff.
So that's interesting. We don't know what that means.
I don't know what it stands for, but I know what
What it is.
What it is. Yeah, it's not my cup of tea.
Not your cup of tea.
No, is it your cup of tea?
I've never done it. I mean, I think
It's pretty hardcore. Like if you're getting roped up, they're going to need some serious craneage. They're going to need some like
fucking
serious
risk assessment.
rears in there. Right, well, I don't think that hook's quite old there, love.
So what? You hook someone up like a fucking
Truss
pork
them
in
up like a
fucking
pig.
butcher's.
Yeah. Don't
Wow.
you think?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no, there is. There's all manner. And again, do you
There's
know what?
feet as well. People like feet.
Oh.
People like
Girls make an absolute fortune.
yeah.
But like on like OnlyFans.
My
Their
feet.
feet.
What do you think of my feet? That'd be alright. Aren't
Yeah, I suppose if you like Trotters. Meh. How would it work if there wasn't the internet and there wasn't porn?
There's always been porn, though, isn't there? There's
Okay, sorry, yeah. Sorry, I suppose, sorry. I know what you mean.
DVDs,
Yeah, DVDs,
from Mickey
magazines.
at the market, magazines on the top shelf.
But you wouldn't know, would you? It's so instant. You can get access to whatever you
now
want to.
it's straight on there.
What is it?
What are you doing there, buddy? Is that
No, straight on, like darts.
Yeah. Oh, it is instant now. It's at our fingertips. Something just popped into my mind.
Our fingertips.
There's so many fucking innuendos. We're trying not to, but no, it's like my son started asking, questions about it. He's 11, and it's amazing to hear some of the things that he comes out with, which is just classic fucking misinformation. I was trying to think of one now because it came into my head and then left again. That's it. So my son was asking about... He's mentioned something about fingering. He just literally mentioned something about fingering. And whenever he brings it up, I don't teach him, because I don't think it's age appropriate to kind of mention it. But if he asks about it...
You don't think it's appropriate to teach him how to finger?
Not at 11 years old, no.
No.
In
I'm wondering
my
why
opinion,
you said that.
Oh.
But would anybody think that's appropriate?
Yeah, I think,
this is
probably.
how you finger.
Yeah, no, I don't think you'd
Would you get a doll or something?
Maybe, yeah, or a melon, or so like a watermelon or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wow.
But when he does bring things up like that, I like to make sure that, if he's already aware of it as he thinks, I want to make sure that he's got it right.
Yeah, we just give him the correct information.
And it turned out he thought fingering was done up the anus, primarily. Now, I appreciate...
Okay, well, you could finger the anus.
You can finger the anus. But, just in case anyone didn't know, all right, but ultimately, I think, when you use that kind of term of fingering, it's not,
And amazing that he's come to you. What an amazing kid. And also that's amazing that he's got a relationship like that with you.
Yeah, well, and I'm it's just correcting him, and and you kind of wonder, but then you realise, don't you, well, how else would he know?
It's brilliant that he's come to you to talk to you about that.
Yeah.
Don't underestimate how amazing that is.
No, it is amazing, and I think...
It's quite easy to Google that and find out.
Yeah, but again, that's the problem, because you'd Google it, it'd probably arrive at,
I suppose it's probably
some kind of fucking Pornhub or, some other kind of porn, and then all of a sudden, he's watching some bloke or woman fucking...
Yeah, okay.
jet-osing all over the fucking, front of a library or something like that, and that's just not reality.
No.
So, yeah, I think... that's a whole other avenue as well, isn't it? About... why are you laughing?
Avenue.
It is a whole other avenue, because you've got, at what age... There's a big kind of thing in schools about at what age is it appropriate. I do think sex education should start in primary school.
Last year, I think it does, doesn't it?
Yeah, but again, it's quite kind of light and stuff. And I know, a lot of the kids...
How deep do you go in on it, though? What do you...
I just think, whether we like it or not, and whether it's legal or not, teenagers are having sex.
Well, yeah, but that's been going on for donkey's years.
It has, but let's not forget, whether we like it or not, teenagers are, at their most, they're learning, they're being influenced for their, how they're going to be for the rest of their life. They're going through changes, they're absorbing information, they're making life decisions, they're making, and I feel, as a dad, I've got 2 daughters and a son, I would want them to be equipped, not to wait, not for it to be a big taboo and,
I think they need, when we were at school, we didn't really get taught much at all.
No.
Primary school, there wouldn't have been anything at primary school. back in the black and white days. And then secondary school was really loose. That's really the wrong word to use. But also I think with kids nowadays, because they're learning things so much sooner because of the internet, I think it would be good if they were told, like you were saying with your son, they were told the proper things sooner.
Yeah, I think so. I think, and you know...
It's kind of a minefield. Can you imagine?
It
Being
is.
like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 sort of age.
Yeah. No, you're right. And I'm not saying it'd be an easy thing to do, but...
No, of course.
I do feel like, you know... I think if there was more emphasis on, you know, how special it is and this kind of stuff, I wonder if, you know, there would be less teenage pregnancies. You know, it would be, you know, I don't know. Like, maybe I'm.
I don't know. Would there be? I don't know. No, not at all. No, not think... not at all. I think that it might drop a bit. I don't think there'll be a huge, because, you know, kids just having fun, isn't it? But they don't realise the impact of it. But like you said, if they were taught about it, maybe they would. Would it make a difference? I don't know. No idea.
I don't know. I don't know either. But
also, it doesn't just come from the school. It comes from home.
Yes. Oh God, yeah. Oh bloody hell! Don't even get me started on that. Like, I absolutely. It drives me insane when you read and hear and see parents talking about...
Open your eyes. I was going to say you're going to fall asleep.
Talking about, you know, the teachers haven't taught my little Jimmy this or little Jimmy that. No, the teachers are there to teach your kids maths, English and stuff like that.
They don't really need to know, sorry.
You know, at the end of the day, it gets dark. At the end of the day, we're the parents. We're meant to be teaching them. You know, it's not...
Yeah.
Get rid of your kids to bloody school and away you go, you know. So that's annoying. So then, sex in a relationship, like, and I touched on the couple that I knew from a few years ago, and we also touched on the differences, I think, between the importance in a relationship for sex between men and women. And we spoke about the majority, obviously. How important is sex in your relationship, would you say?
Yeah, I'd say it's important, yeah.
That's a really long answer.
No, I was just thinking. It's important, but it's not as important as what it was.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So I'm just content.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
So I don't feel like it has to be something that needs to be proved between either of us.
No.
I don't feel the need. Do feel the need, but I don't feel the need that it has to be done.
Okay. So could you go? Sorry to interrupt you.
No.
Could you go?
It's hard to
so if you went, you know,
words.
like, if you didn't have sex for 4 weeks.
No, that wouldn't be ideal.
Okay.
But I wouldn't be like, we haven't had it for 4 weeks. It's not good enough.
What would you think?
I'm having some. So this is just my relationship. That wouldn't happen.
No.
Just wouldn't happen.
Because
unless there was an illness or something, or someone was away, or you know what I mean.
Yeah. So this is interesting, isn't it? Because, you know, 4 weeks, and again, I read a lot of kind of men's forums and things like that. Like that's really frequent for a you know. I know you're not married to Fee, but you know your long-term partners. That's really quite frequent. And how long have you been together? I should know this. 5 years, 6 years, 7 years?
No.
2 years?
Is it 2,
6
3
months?
years?
3 years. So you're well out of the honeymoon period.
I actually can't remember. I think it's 3 years.
You know?
It's like really a try.
Get cream for that. Sorry to be really annoying, but I need to go to the toilet. I need a wee.
Well, you're not going to the toilet.
I mean, I've got to. I'm trying to hold it in.
No. 100. No, you're not leaving the bloody podcast, Pricey.
Yeah, what?
to go for a pee.
Let's just pause it quickly. I'll go for a wee.
No, I'll keep them entertained.
Okay, I'll be right back. I'm going to take my mic off though, because no one.
No,
needs,
don't take
no
your
one
mic
needs
off
to hear
because you'll bucker around with it.
No one needs to hear me going for it. Sorry, I won't be a minute.
What do you want me to do?
But
Dance?
just have a chat about sex in general.
Sex. Shall we see if we can hear him?
No, I can't.
He's useless, isn't he? You can hear him in there. Talk about hoses. Turn it down, man. He's been drinking all day. Do you know what? He doesn't work very often. He's drinking all day. Unbelievable. He came here drunk, you know. Quick coffee. He sobers up. Terrible. Sex. How do we feel about sex? How do we feel about sex? It's good. I like sex. Everyone should enjoy sex. In whatever way that is, as long as it's consenting. And as I was saying, that when the vicar came in, you should have seen his face. Unbelievable, Jeff.
But it just proves a
Your
point.
bottom was right in the camera then. It's pretty
That's all right.
offensive.
Obviously proves a point. You know, we don't edit any of this. What were we talking about? What were you talking about while I
I
was
was talking about some private issues, thank you.
Okay, that's fine. No worries.
Yeah.
Sorry if there's any feedback or noise when I'm doing this.
Well, they would have heard you going for a pee, so, you know.
Well, no, I took it off for that reason.
No, we heard you going for a pee.
Oh, okay.
You know when the hose...
Right, I think we're on.
You know when you tried to stop it by hitting the back of the toilet rather than the water?
Yeah.
Didn't work.
Anyway.
That we should do a podcast on peeing. How should blokes pee? That microphone is flopping around.
It is, but I think it's going to be all right. It'll be fine. Talking of flopping around. Yeah, I mean, so... Yeah, so I asked you about your...
Yeah, so I said, you were saying about, what about yourself?
Do you know... it's important to me. It's and I said this at the beginning, didn't I? About it signifies something exclusive, something that is. It's just it's one of the biggest differentiators between.
One of the biggest what? Sorry.
Differentiators.
Differentiators.
Differentiators. But to get that captions.
I'm not trying to spell that.
Between Joe blogs and your long-term partner, like, you know.
No, I don't think so.
No.
No. Well, yeah, but you can have a short-time partner and have sex. What is it you mean
Yeah, no,
by...
but you asked me what was important to me. I've never had a one-night stand.
No, I haven't.
No.
But we're conversing, so what we do is we challenge each other.
Yeah. Okay, go on then, challenge me.
What was I said?
You can challenge a fucking hot dog.
No, but why is a long-term relationship different to a short-term if you're having sex? What is it?
It's still a relationship, isn't it? It's still, like, you don't go into fucking Sainsbury's, you know, see how Janice fucking, you know, putting the shopping through the till and she's like, oh, you know, do you want a receipt and a fuck? You know, that's not normally what happens. I appreciate that probably does happen to some people on a daily basis. But ultimately, it's something that you do with a significant other person. That's what makes it different. So for me...
no, but that's a one-night stand. But if you're on a...
I'm trying to say is that having sex with my wife, like, is the only thing that I do differently with her than anyone else.
Why don't you have sex with me like you have with her then? What do you mean?
Because you don't.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Well, it is. Think about it.
Yeah, I get, but so I get this, the intimate act.
Yeah,
But why is it different in a short term to a long term
It's not.
relationship? I thought you said a minute ago it was. Sorry.
I,
And I'm not
No,
being.
no.
I'm not trying to. I'm not
Put
trying to
anything
drop
in my
you.
mouth.
Yeah.
No.
Excuse me. I'm not trying to drop you in it. I'm trying to understand. That's why I thought. I don't think a long term, say a year's relationship, a 6 month relationship that's intimate and you have sex is any different sex wise.
no.
You could go like, oh yeah, you can experiment more, you can learn more, but at the end of it, it's
Well, you
still
do
an
typically
intimate.
have a honeymoon period, don't you?
But it's still an intimate act.
It is, yeah, yeah. But I think I'm probably getting across my beliefs. My beliefs are that it's something that's cherished and done with someone that you're in a relationship with. I know I totally fucking appreciate that there's a whole fucking harem of people that don't think that, and that's absolutely fucking fine. That's not the point of what we're talking about. The point really is to fucking nullify the taboo of having to perform and look and act in a certain way at the end of the day. But equally, like we were saying about the pressures,
Precious.
I think for me, I just love it. I love sex.
You've really emphasised that. Probably about 6 or 8 times. Been really like.
It's fucking precious, Like,
Your wife's in trouble
absolutely
tonight.
precious. I should probably be asleep. Time to get back. We should probably talk about headaches, random headaches, stuff like that.
What are you implying?
Well, I think that
why have you tilted your head back like a dog?
Again, there's a couple of little stereotypical sayings, isn't there? Lady. I think that comes from what we were saying about, again, stereotypically, like men want it more than women.
Yeah.
And there's that whole stereotypical saying of, oh no, I've got a headache.
And what's the other one? Oh, that time of the month, is it?
Yeah.
Like if all women are
time of the day. Yeah.
But if like your partner's, well, I don't get why people say it. So I find that quite insulting.
What do you mean?
I find that insulting to me. People go, oh, is it that time of the month, is it? And people mean it to their partner. It's like, I think it's really offensive.
It is offensive, yeah.
I don't think that's appropriate.
No.
Because why? I don't. Gets me quite pissed off.
Are you talking about people are saying, oh...
But you were saying about headaches.
Yeah.
So I was saying about, oh, women will go, oh, no, not... Oh, is it that time of the month?
Oh, so you're talking about men saying that to their other half?
Yeah.
I mean, because
not
they
appropriate.
don't fucking ask for it. I'm sure... I'm pretty sure that majority of women, if you ask them, would love not to have a period.
Yeah.
Like,
That's a crazy thing that happens, isn't it?
Yeah.
That blows my mind, honestly.
Yeah, bleed like for a week, like what?
Go on, carry on.
Bleed for a week.
I wonder where you're going.
Every fucking month.
Yeah,
but don't die. But that's what else does that?
It's mad, isn't it?
What else does that?
Someone that nearly dies.
What, every month for a week?
They might do.
I do feel sorry. Like I do. Women do go through a lot.
I go through the right old ringer. When it comes to
that, periods. The physical aspect of giving birth. I shout out to all women. Because that, and I think we do forget that.
Shout out to all women.
Shout out to all women. This is our shout out.
Ladies. My contact details are in the
They're not.
bio.
They're not. There's just a lot. I think the point we're trying to get across, isn't there? Is there's a lot of preconceptions. There's a lot of unnecessary pressures on either side.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like, she doesn't want to sleep with me, or he probably doesn't want to sleep with me, or I wasn't good enough, or oh God, I'm fat, or just lots of different.
We're definitely going to have to get a couple of females on, to give the complete opposite, the flip side to how they feel, because that would be really interesting.
I've got an idea. They can react to it.
Yeah, comment.
If you're a female and you want to react,
or even a direct message, and then if you wanted to come on,
a female's perspective, let us know.
It'd be really interesting. It would be, wouldn't it?
It would be, yeah, because to get the opposite perspective.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Interestingly, I don't think it would be opposite. I think it'd be a lot of agreeing.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm hesitant. Like, I'm just trying to think.
Why are you hesitant, David?
No, I'm just trying to run it through my mind.
Go on, run it through your mind. We've got all night.
Yeah. That's it.
Oh, finished?
Yeah, I sort of lost my way then.
Fair enough. No, fair enough. Yeah. So, I guess I was going to say something as well. Then that's pretty shit content. I can't remember what I was going to say.
So sex.
Do you play any games?
Will I hide the sausage?
No.
No.
Well, I mean, that's one. What? Any other games like that?
No, well, none that I really want to go into, if I'm honest.
Fair enough.
Only because out of respect for my girlfriend.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
But
respect.
play hide the sausage and, among other games.
Yeah. Can you just name one more?
Hide the pineapple.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, not painful for me.
Interestingly, because you're a chef, and they're both.
Yeah, well, we
items.
take the edge of the pineapple off, the outer husk part,
Yeah.
and then hide the pineapple.
Okay. Interesting.
Try it.
Anyone knows how to play hide the pineapple? Just let us know. Cool. Yeah. Okay.
Did you want to add to the games part? As you, is it not appropriate?
No, we got actually. I think I told you before. We got a ball game called Monogamy. You should look it up. It's a good game. It's a bit like Monopoly.
I have played it. Yeah.
Monogamy. You do say that every time I tell you.
Because you said you'd lend it to me, and I say no because all the cards and that will be stuck together.
Yeah, no, they're not. And it's fun. It's a fun game and a
fun game.
And yeah. And, do you know what? You come into my mind though because you said cards. So why I do that? Make time for each other. I think a lot of relationships break down, especially around sex and stuff like that, because it's the we've got to have sex. Let's have a quick. Make time for each other.
Nothing wrong with having a quick.
No, there's not. But
to be able to get a relationship to grow and make better. Talking's huge.
Fucking huge.
Like, this is exactly why we're doing this now. Talking.
Yeah. And I just reckon if you've got any get-ups, any like worries,
hang-ups,
as a bloke, almost guarantee you that your other half is having similar concerns.
Me. Sorry. Belching.
And if you just had a quick chat, or, and it's not an easy thing to talk about, I get it. I totally fucking get it. Just communicate and don't fucking watch porn. Like, it's just not real, is it?
No, look what happens.
Yeah.
So on that note, don't watch porn.
Yeah, it's just not worth it.
Unless you're watching it with your partner.
I was literally about to say watch it together.
Lucky I said it, wasn't it?
Watch it together.
Yeah, no, I think it's not good for you.
Have you ever watched nugget porn?
Have I watched nugget porn?
Yeah.
The thing that springs to mind is completely inappropriate, but what is it?
Yeah, I know it's just chicken nuggets. That's all. I just wanted to know if you've watched it. No?
Are we still recording?
Yeah, absolutely.
Chicken nugget porn?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you saying this to be an absolute dick, so I use this for the clip?
Maybe a little bit. But no, you've not watched it, so no, it's fine. Maybe when you get a moment.
No, when you said nugget porn, I thought it was something to do with poo.
Oh.
Like nuggets.
Poo nuggets. That is a... We're not going there. No.
I think that's really weird. Now, and do you know what? If you're into it...
Great.
It's a weird fetish. You're not weird, personally. You're not weird. So I'm sure I know people that like mucking out on other people.
Oh, mucking out?
Yeah, mucking your bowels out.
Someone taught me about felching once.
Felching?
Yeah.
Go on.
I think that's the art of...
That's something to do with mucking out, isn't it?
Yeah, I think... I probably have to censor a little bit. I think it's sucking semen through a straw from someone's anus.
We're definitely going to have like some warning on this one.
Yeah.
I was watching something on TikTok the other day.
Yeah.
You know, your feed just spews out random stuff sometimes. And it was this sex worker, this older woman, she was being interviewed. And it said how she charged for... Oh, God. Why am I going down this? As it just dawned on me I'm being recorded. And did she call them poo cakes, poo muffins? I can't remember what the word was.
Was she a baker? Was she fucking making muffins out of her poo?
No, I can't remember. Something like... And what she did, she mucked out and froze them down.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then what?
And then she gave them to the customers.
What?
To do... Yeah. But yeah. Yeah, I earned a lot of money from it. It's not my thing. I just want to make that clear, and I'm not even saying that's a joke. I ain't mucking out on anyone. Can you imagine me mucking out on someone?
Yeah, it's
Be carnage.
a dairy allergy.
Yeah. God, be carnage.
Oh, God.
Fee'd be like, drowning.
It'd be like fucking popping a cyst, wouldn't it? Would be.
Right, that's enough. Right, on that note,
I think we're done.
I think that was a long time.
It was.
You spent at least half an hour going, oh, it's lovely. Oh,
yeah, I love it.
oh.
You right?
I think something happened. What I might do is I might put all those clips together.
Yeah.
And that could be the clip of you
uh.
going,
I mean, you've probably just done it more than I
and
did.
people think that something's happened in your trousers.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know why I'm pointing and looking. This makes me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Cheers,
mate. So, do you know what happens if you do that?
No, what happens?
Foams up everywhere.
Oh.
So I won't do that. This is my house. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, guys. See you
Thank
next
very much.
time.
Love ya.
Bye.